Okay, so still can't shut off my mind. Now, basically, I haven't put anything on here about my mother. Well, it's because I didn't have a relationship with my mother. I've been speaking with her for the last couple weeks, but prior to that, it had been, I'd say, over 5 years. A great length of time since we had spoken. And honestly, I'm just sort of trying to get to know her. I mean, she's 68 now. She's a different person than the woman that raised me. And honestly, the only real issue I had with her was she was too forgiving of my father, to be quite honest, and his actions. But when I was 11, we moved out to Washington, D.C. because my father had been accepted to ICAF, and that is the United States government's war college, if you will, for their high-ranking officers or the ones that they want to make high-ranking. And I told her at that point, I said, "Dad's such an asshole." I don't know if those were my words at the time. I said, "I hope he changes back." And she said, "Well, it's just all the stress that he's under at this war college." Shit. Talk about stressful. He had a rough day and I felt it. But nonetheless, I'm just getting to know her again. In my family, and I don't know if this is correct. I want to say EFMB or something like that. I can't tell you how many different, test batteries I was run through as a family when we were in DC. But anyway, one of them is like if you're an introvert, extrovert, if you're, emotional or logical, whatever the hell that thing was. My mom could probably still tell you whatever mine was, but I I vaguely recall, they said I had a J. That might be totally inaccurate, but whatever it was, I was the emotional one, and I was the only one in my family that was the emotional one. So they all called me the feely one. Oh, he's so feely. But anyway, you should feel me now. Nonetheless, sorry, that tangent made me completely derail my train of thought there. Back to my mother. So I was talking to her tonight, and I told her I gave her some albums, and I'll tell you, this is how the relationship with my mother goes. I gave her, a list of some albums, and she goes, "Oh, and that's an order?" She didn't say it like that. She giggled when she said it. And I said, "No, mother. I would never order my mother around. It is a mere suggestion. However, I'd like to point out you'd be remiss to not follow it." But anyway, boop, boop. Lost my train of thought there again. Tell you what, I'll finish this up with the list of albums. It was Aloe Black, Lift Your Spirit. I told her the entire catalog of Brett Dennen, but Hope for the Hopeless and shit, I forgot the other one. Not his first one, but his second one and his third one. Those were the two that So Much More. I think it was called So Much More. And then Bugger B. I can't remember. But I doubt you'll ever see this, Mom, because you said you won't watch any of my videos. But another good one, and I don't know the name of his album, but Ryan Keen, Keen, like the shoes. They're pretty fucking bitchin', by the way. I can't even tell you how many pairs of Keens I own. But, yeah, that's the best ones. Anyway, I'm going to try to call it a night. As you can tell, Gunda here has long since called it a night. I mean, is she not so awesome? She is, like my son says, the awesomest in the whole world. But she is very modest. Good night.